Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. We're just gonna open up today. I have a very special guest for you today.
Well, I'm not that special.
Dun, dun, dun. I bet every video is always better. I'm always more grounded when you're with me.
You need me.
That's in life, that's in videos.
You need me.
Yeah. So real quick guys, I do want to open up. Thank you again so much for all your prayers, thoughts, and consideration, and even a lot of the information you guys gave helped me. I've not been able to read a whole lot of the comments, but I shared in our last video that my dad was back in the hospital. We're gonna get right to it today. He is improving, he's doing better, just like you said. He's just got a lot going on. And so we're hopeful that here in the next day or two, he's gonna be coming home.
Absolutely.
Well, not necessarily to Shady Acres, but he's gonna be going
to his home.
To his home. So thanks again, guys. This has been a long journey for all of us, most specifically him and Mom, but means the world to us that you guys are there for us. So what else is going on in Shady Acres? Well, it's bird mania.
I think we're officially like the crazy guinea people.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm glad you think that, but no, it's official. We're the crazy guinea people. So we do have the Brun Man out. Shannon just got home from work a little bit ago, and it's like all my thoughts and words and everything build up so that when she's home, I'm just like, blah. But now you're gonna get it today because we haven't had all of our conversations yet.
Hey, mister.
So the Brun Man just got back out, and he likes to come over here and torment these guys. These are the new 9, as I call them. They're the ones that hatched on June 23rd. For reference, today is August 20th.
Wow, they're already 2 months old almost?
Isn't that crazy? I know.
That's crazy.
Well, and I remember at the 8-week mark is about the time we started letting some of them out of the big run, the originals.
Okay.
And we have very good reason to start getting these guys out because you remember the 37 eggs that we lost. Oh, we haven't officially told them.
You're right.
Loretta got. Shortly after that video where Loretta came back to life in the video and we thought we'd already lost her, she would not come off the nest anymore. She just stayed on it, wouldn't give it up. And so we've not seen her now for
several days.
Like maybe almost a week. I don't know. Time has just kind of been one big long day, it feels like. But I'm pretty certain Loretta is gone, and I know we said that in that video, and if she comes back in this video, then I don't know. That's a little...
That'll just be weird at that point.
It's not gonna happen. But I did find the nest. It's up there under that tree right there. And the reason that I know Loretta is no longer around is because our final hen, the only hen we have left, we got 2 bobs and a gray and 1 hen, she will not come off that nest. Didn't you try?
I even tried to steal her eggs with a little scoop, and I tried to give her
while she was on the nest.
Yes, she was on the nest.
You crazy.
I know, it wasn't a good idea.
You're crazy.
She was not coming off of it. I just thought I needed to get the eggs.
Did she fire back at you when you tried?
She was picking at it.
Atta girl. Yeah. That's my girl.
She's protecting those eggs.
So we got to find a time to get in there and try to get those eggs. We kind of estimate, basically from what you saw in the video, last video where I showed you the nest, 12 to 16-ish eggs maybe. And now that she's the only hen, obviously that's only going to go up 1 a day if she lays while she's being broody.
I don't know if she'll still continue to lay while she's sitting on him.
I don't either. I'm kind of, you know, here we are, late August. There can't be too many laying days left. I mean, obviously there would be some if we had more. Yeah, I think they lay
all the way through like October, November, babe.
Well, but we only have 1. So there's not going to be a lot of laying left to do. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Because the new 9, I'm assuming we have hens in here, they're not going to be ready to lay until next season. They may start, I cannot remember when. Well, we started in about June with the first run of guineas. These guys were born in the latter part of June, and these guys, our original guineas, started laying this year. So we may get some more eggs next year from these guys. But notice, and this is totally like, it means nothing, right? They all look identical. I think we've got, I would assume there's maybe going to be some gray pearls in there. There's going to be lavenders. Not gray pearls. What are they called? I don't know.
They're just called pearls.
Just like our bobs. They all look identical. but they're roosting. And look what I built.
I know, I was checking that out, babe.
Custom
Good job.
engineered. Thank you. It's pretty fancy. I'll show you it a little bit closer here in a minute, but
Okay.
I got to get my sawhorses back out of there. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
grab some scrap wood and put together at least one roosting bar. I thought I'd leave the ones that I know they're accustomed to in there, and then just add this one and spy on them and see if maybe they'll use it eventually. I don't know. Roosting, it took a little while for the other crew. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And we had 3 or 4 different iterations of roosting bars in there, and they took favor to 2 of them. And usually once they get their spot, that's where they roost. But we have something else exciting to show you. So if you remember, we did recover almost 37 eggs from, wasn't it that big nest back here?
I think it was the nest back here.
Yeah, and put them all across 2 incubators.
Really, Bruno?
Really, dude, really. I don't want to show our mess over here because I've been moving stuff around, but he helps us clean things up if he finds stuff on the land.
He's just gonna lay down and chew on it.
That's what he does. From those 37, Shannon had candled some, removed those that were not developing.
Candled all of them.
Well, she candled all of them and removed some of them, rather. You guys want to see something really cool? You remember my shed barn that was the guinea coop? It is once again the guinea coop. And look at this.
Hi, birds.
Hey, mister. You won't stay out. There's a few more than 9 there, guys. We got 18 new guinea Kats joining Shady Acres. Yeah, 18 unless I eat a couple. Oh, Bruno. I have introduced Bruno to these guinea Kats. He wants to eat them. I have introduced Hercules to these guinea Kats. He is much more respectful. None of which have access to them. I don't open the brooder while they're in here, and I'm not, but you catch my drift. But look at them. They all run like a little bird herd.
They're so cute.
And I gotta admit, I don't think, hey, you're not gonna go in there and see them. I don't think we're gonna have any grays, any whites. I think they're all gonna look exactly like the new 9. You're not gonna be able to tell them apart, bud. You know how you like to chase the bobs because they're the bullies? How are you gonna tell these guys apart? He says, I don't care, I'll chase them all.
He's like, I'll chase every one of them.
Come on, Bubba.
Watch out, Bruno.
So we've got the heat lamp on. We're keeping it around 95 degrees because they were just hatched on the 18th. So for the first week, 95, and you drop it about 5 degrees. Come on. So these guys are terrified of me, but I have to admit, I'm gonna tattle on myself here. Remember the last time we did not put any of the Kats' beaks in the water? We're like, nah, they know what to do. These guys would have as well. I'm 100% sure of it. But when we brought them to the brooder, we decided why not? And so I picked up about 4 of them, took them over, and sure enough, man, you put their beaks in and they'll take a little drink, and then all the rest of them come over and they're like, oh, well, that's pretty tasty. And they all circled around the water. So we did do that method. I will say it is effective. Is it necessary? I don't know. We've done it both ways now. But it did work. Now they are terrified of me now that they're a couple days old, but they're so little, I should be able to catch them, right?
Well, I would hope so.
Let's see.
Bruno really wants to help you.
I know it. You're gonna stay out there. Oh,
Oh, you got a couple already.
I did.
That's fast.
Hey, look here. Bruno, sit. That's a good boy. These are family members. Yeah, you got to protect these guys or play tag with them, whatever you prefer. I know you like to play tag, but they're not meals. They're not snacks, okay? His little curious face. Leave it. That's a good boy. It's a good sit. Yes, sir. See, we're friends.
He's trying to get as close as he possibly can.
Oh, if I would let him. This is the thing about a puppy. Hercules understands that these are Guinea Kats, and he is used to the guineas. Well, Bruno still is not 100% okay with the guineas. They play games. Leave it. So I'm trying to figure out, this guy had access to the new 9 for a half a second the day that I had tried to move them by hand. Bruno, leave it. Sit. That's a good sit, good boy. And he was over curious, more so than with the adult guineas, because those guys don't really know yet who's predator, who's not, who do I run from. So when he gets close, of course, they take running, and he's like, that's exactly what I wanted you to do, and then I'm gonna chase you. So he still goes over and he visits the new 9. Hey, Bruno, sit. We leave the birds alone, okay, bud? Yep, we can watch them, but we're not gonna go in there and see them, okay? He sees 18 little snacks with beaks and feathers running around. He's really doing great, guys, and he's 3 days away from officially being 7 months old.
That's crazy.
It is crazy because it feels like it's flown by, but the amount of work and time invested to get him to even this point right here has been, feels like 2 years worth. He's a good boy, he's got a good heart, but he's just got a puppy brain from time to time.
That's a good way to put
like
that.
Every 5 minutes. All right, buddy, we're gonna leave the Guinea Kats alone. I know, we need all of them, bub. Yeah, we gotta raise them up for next year. Can I close the brooder down?
Okay.
So we're gonna keep trying to handle them so that they get a little more used to me as time goes on, but it's even like with the new 9, once they build their little bird herd together and they are a unit, humans are just kind of out of the question until they learn what wormies are. They're learning. Come on, bub. So for how moving them went last time with the new 9, of course we had the incident with Nala, we had my dad's surgery, everything in the middle of that, so the timeline was off just a little bit. I did go ahead and take some of my OSB that I had allocated for the chicken coop, and I put a bottom on my brooder now. So I did drill some holes because they will knock over their water. In fact, they knocked that one over last night. Not great for my shed floor, but I do have this waterproof paint stuff on here. I don't know. Shed, bird barn, whatever this building is, I think it's prepared for that. But we do want to get the sawhorses back underneath it, lift it back up potentially, put it on a couple of 2x6s so I can get my pallet forks under there. We're learning. So each time we do this, we're trying to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. But my sawhorses currently are a part of my roosting setup for the new 9. Bruno, are you making friends or are you scaring them to death? I think we all know what he's doing.
He's so stinking cute and curious.
Most of the time.
I think he's cute and curious.
Yeah. So it was really nice today, guys. I don't mind the mess. We are so far behind on everything, and we're not going to go into the why. You know the why. But it was really nice today. I have to admit, I had to challenge myself. We had a beautiful day, like high of 83. We had a little bit of rain showers early in the morning. And even though 15 degrees difference, which would be what, 98 degrees? It's a huge difference when you're working outside nonstop. So when this weather came in today, Shannon was like, get your sawhorses out of the bird run. I still haven't, but I did get
You're
one.
working on it,
I'm
though.
working on it. That was
That's progress.
design I just pulled right out of my head, and I think I'm gonna do one, maybe 2 more of those and see if I can't build them like a little square of roosting bars. But it felt good to get the tools back out. It felt good to kind of get back to the projects, holy cow, now we've got 27 and 4. We got 31 guineas.
That's a lot.
If you can count all 18 Guinea Kats.
Yeah, you can count them.
We haven't lost any Guinea Kats at that age yet, but you do have to watch them. Now it is nice this time of year, you know, I've got to be conscientious of when I'm using that heat lamp because it still will get really hot and I don't want them baking in there, but they can get out from underneath the heat lamp for how big the brooder is, and we're like guinea pros now, right?
I think it's a pretty good setup.
I like it. We picked up a lot of new viewers and folks that are just joining. So just wanted to mention the noises you hear in the background, those are our goats. So right now we have 11 goats. We now have 31 guineas. And there's a reason to all of that. With the goats, well, we love them. They're our pets. But also I have goals to get other pens around our land built so that we can take these guys and let them graze it in the spring. Can you hear that? Surely you can hear that. They're loud. They're also very spoiled.
Very spoiled. But the idea is that they're going to help us maintain some of this property that we have. We have 20 acres, and it's a lot.
It is. It is a lot to maintain, and I enjoy it. I could use a bigger mower, Yakta, Chad, somebody. No, I am going to have to actually upgrade my mower at some point because we've cleared enough now, and I mow enough now that we just didn't know when we got our first zero turn. But these guys come out. We do get them out. We don't have a perimeter fence. Hercules is our LGD, and all 11 goats, they are all trained somehow, some way. They magically stay on the property.
I don't think it's magically somehow, some way. It's you putting in a whole bunch of time and training to keep them close and where we want them to be.
Yeah, so if you want to know how to do that, you're going to have to go back and watch a whole lot of videos and hear a whole lot of stories about each time we did it and the paranoia when we first started doing it. But we are so thankful now that this crew sticks around. And the guineas are here primarily for our tick population. I got alpha-gal, Lone Star tick red meat disease allergy thing last year.
All the words.
Yeah, there's a lot of names for it. And it's a big deal. It is a very big deal. And we know someone close to us who has suffered for years and years, almost a decade now. So the guineas help us with the insect control. These guys are just a lot of fun. Is that the word for it, Weeds Man?
What's up, everybody?
Hi, Hercules. Hi, Bubba.
Hi,
He says, Mama, I haven't seen you yet today.
I know, I missed you.
Miss G, come in here and hug me.
Okay, you gotta get off the gate though.
He's a good boy.
Good boy. So like Kyle said, we have an LGD and we have a puppy, and they are not friends. They can't be together. So just now as we were coming in the gate, Herc pushed his way through and got out, and we had to separate him and Bruno. It's unfortunate. We really hoped that one of these days they could be friends, but it's really just not probably going to be an option.
The problem is it's not Hercules. I mean, it is Hercules. He's the threat.
I got bugs attacking me, sorry.
I know, I can see you doing this while you're filming. Herc, at this stage in their life, would tear Bruno up because that is Herc's job out here, to protect them, and he thinks also to protect me and Shannon. Bruno is going to be strong enough, quick enough, fast enough to maybe retaliate a little bit, but we don't, I mean, that's
not the intent.
By no means are we trying to see like, oh, who's the tougher dog?
No.
Technically, statistically, Hercules has a stronger jaw bite than Pitbull Catahoula, but it doesn't matter. The both of them could hurt one another or us or whatever. And I got to be honest, when Herc went up the hill, you know, Bruno lays down and he goes submissive. And if you guys have seen, we've tried this in a video before, he does. The problem is Herc lets him know like, hey, I'm boss man, and then starts to walk away. Bruno cannot resist but to stand up and try to sniff Herc's bum, just like any dog would, trying to shake hands, whatever. And Hercules will not have it. And so he turns around and very aggressively, and of course, you got to be real careful. This is a warning. I've learned this in a different phase in life, but like, you don't get between two dogs that are determined to hurt each other, because you will get injured. It's happened to me. So that was
some hungry goats. Everybody's over here butting heads.
So that was a fun, high stress situation, but at this stage in Bruno's puppy life, and we only have one e-collar, we're not going down that road right now. We got too much else going on, and we're just going to keep them separate.
Yep. It's the pushing games between the fence. These two are ridiculous.
I'm bigger.
No, I'm bigger.
Nope, yep, it's me.
No.
You guys, seriously. I caught you on camera this morning when Luigi was flirting with Mama and Spruce came over and they just touched horns and just talked. Come on, boys.
You guys are silly. Okay. That's enough. Break it up. Break it up. Go on. Find a new hobby. Do something else. Go on. We've got all the pushing games going on tonight.
So we're not going to go into great detail. There's a lot of videos that break it all down. But for those of you who follow us regularly, look how big these babies are getting. And this is Earl Man, this is Larry. These two are both Blue's boys from two different, what are they litters?
Litters.
Are they litters?
I don't know, we'll call them litters.
We're gonna call them goatlet litters. This is the dominant one from the first, and that's the dominant from the second. But they get along as a family unit. They just try to prove their pecking order, don't they, Earl Man? I love you, Lay Bear. Yes, you're a good one.
You guys are the cutest.
Have you seen how her black line is down her back now?
Yeah.
Look up at her head where it comes together and swings around her ears. She is pretty.
You are a pretty little thing. Oh, excuse me, Herc. Excuse me.
Of the 7 goatlets that we have hatched, do we hatch goatlets out here?
We don't hatch goatlets.
And yes, we call them goatlets, and yes, we know that's not the technical term, but that's way more fun than kids, so goatlets they are. We've had 7 goatlets here between Mama and Blue, and Miss Daisy, this pretty little girl right here, is our only little doeling that we've had. Earl Man, hey. Be nice to your little sister. And she is definitely different than all the boys.
Oh, for sure.
She's more mature, she's sweeter, even though she's smaller.
And Mama said nope.
And Mama and her quarrel a little bit. It's just a fun dynamic that we've been studying the whole way. So, for everything that we have going on in our personal lives right now, this goes on every single day, multiple times throughout the day. We take care of these guys, we get them out and graze them. We're raising Mr. Bruno. We have 2 male dogs, never had male dogs before in our lives, and we're learning this country life. We left the city, came out here, and we're just doing it all together. And like we've been sharing, we have faith. We have faith in God, and we have to, because quite honestly, we couldn't do this without him. And we're hoping to kind of get back into the regular swing of things while we're still able to help Mom and Dad go through what they're going through. And it's just how life is. It's life for anybody and everybody. Everybody's got their challenges. We have our own. But we're very grateful and thankful, like I've mentioned, and very blessed to have what we have and to have you guys. You guys are the best. All right, Blue and babies. Come on, Blue. Even though the babies are about as big as you now. We're all making Spruce and Mario noises these days. Mama and boys. Let it out, Ouija. Yeah, open your mouth and make his sounds. Spruce will lose.
Well, that was a little much.
Hey, Spruce and Ouija. Mama's a little grunter.
Yeah. They just climb all over each other.
Yeah, and me. Mama, honey. Got to know your goats really well to be this close to a big one like this.
Yeah.
Because I have reached a little too far in front of his face before. He kind of just like, ugh. But he's a good boy. Larry, is that you back there, bud?
It is. Little Daisy's right in there.
She just
She's
buries
gonna get
herself.
smashed.
She's down in the mix. Well, we've got 2 other little ones over there that we'll take this to, and they'll all kind of spread out and get it to their appropriate feeders. You're silly, buddy.
Spruce, you're kind of ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, ridiculously funny and scary.
Spruce is the most dramatic eater out of all of them.
Hands down, he's the most dramatic goat out of everybody. I'll be curious about this guy as he gets older. He's got a whole lot of personality too, Mr. Earl Man.
What is that sound?
That's one of them grunting. It sounds like that honker toy that Herc's got, but that's a goat. All right, to the little feeder. Notice who's not in the Blues crew and who's headed over to the big feeder. Little Miss Daisy ain't afraid to go over there with Spruce and Ouija. Sweet buddy. He is really getting his mama's fur, man. Look at this. You can't even stand that all the way up, can you?
You're so cute, Hair Bear.
Earl's almost the same size as Blue now. They were just born the end of January of this year.
Yep.
So they're about 7 months and some change old. No, not even quite 7 months. Excuse you. Guys, we love and appreciate you. We thank you so much for your support and your prayers along this crazy journey with us and my whole family. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Nope. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And all... I'm loopy. I don't know.
We love you guys.
We love you
We'll catch
guys.
you on the next one.
And as always, we'll see you in the next
Bye.
one. Bye.